Hello and welcome back. So I haven't done a full video on the new plant room ever since losing my sunroom. So here I am. I want to give you an update on what's going on in here. Things are barely surviving. It looks all nice and pretty, but at the same time, it's still kind of struggling and it sucks really bad. So let's go over what's going on. So I currently have about maybe 30 plants in my room. I haven't really counted them, but I want to say maybe about 30, maybe 50 max. I moved a lot of my plants out of the sunroom and into the greenhouse, and I tried to keep some in here that I felt like were near and dear to my heart. And so here they are. So when it comes to the growth on some of the plants, I am noticing a lot of smaller leaves coming in, and it really sucks, especially like my Monstera albo. I really thought that by now, being in here for about the 3 months that they've been in here, that the leaves would start coming in larger, but they are getting larger as they grow and as the days go on. So as you can see, this leaf is just so tiny compared to the previous leaves, but I think it's also my fault. I've been kind of pushing watering to every like 2 weeks instead of every week, and that's because the planters are so deep and they're plastic, so it's taking longer to dry out. And I almost want to go terracotta, but I know myself when it comes to watering, I'm not that great. I do water on a schedule, but I feel like if I put them in terracotta pots, I would have to probably water a lot more often than I would like. So my Syngonium aurea, for some reason, started browning on me, but then it stopped. So I definitely think that it went into a little bit of a shock. There are some mealybugs happening in here, and it's because they're stressed out. This is a very much different environment than what they're used to. They're used to bright and humid. In my plant room, it used to be around 55% humidity, but in here it's about 30 to 40% humidity, and that sucks. But you know, we got to do with what we can. My Jose Bueno was throwing out really nice leaves in here, and then all of a sudden it got stunted. Don't know why. The new leaf that's coming in is looking a lot smaller than usual, and again, that sucks. There are some plants here too who are not receiving enough light. Sometimes, you know, the leaves end up covering other parts of the plants, like this guy back here. I don't know the name. I'll put it here on the screen so that way you can look it up. The leaves are coming in scrawny and puny and wrinkly, and I don't like it. But I can't really do much. My Monstera aurea finally pushed out a new leaf, but look at how small compared to the other one. Breaks my heart. It makes me want to get rid of all of my plants. It makes me want to just shove as many plants in the greenhouse as I can. But I, ever since having the plants in here, it does bring a different look to my room. But I feel their stress. I feel like they're kind of like talk to me in a way, like help, you know. My Mandula pothos was doing so good at one point, throwing out really big leaves. What the frick? Oh, that's moss. Yeah, this looks like it kind of got burnt, but I don't know why. These are like underground leaves. The leaves were coming in so big at one point. I got so excited, and then after moving them in here, they ended up getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So that's that. My Splendid was doing so good at one point. The leaves were coming in so nicely, but because of my watering and also because of the lighting in here, it dropped one of its leaves. It rotted out, and I feel like this leaf coming in right now is not going to come in as good either. I almost want to just chop it back. Sucks. I try to keep the moss poles wet, but at the same time, I really can't because I have it in the room. I feel really scared about leaving things. Yeah, a lot of these are having mealybugs. I haven't really been able to also dive deep into my plants because of my summer schedule. But now that I'm off summer schedule, I will be paying a little bit more attention to you guys. I promise. My Squamiferum doesn't mind it, doesn't care, is doing so good, pushing out new leaves. Everybody needs to be dedusted. These leaves are crusty. Yeah, so the Squamiferum doesn't mind it, likes it, it's growing, no damage done. I did cut it back because it snapped, but new growth. My Majestic, same thing, leaves are coming in a lot smaller. It's still doing okay. And then my Florida Beauty is doing okay as well. Pushed out an all green leaf. I don't like that. And the new leaf that's coming in doesn't look like it's going to be very much variegated at all. My Florida Ghost, however, was doing so good in here at one point. So good. And then it threw out a very green leaf. I don't know. But it's still very beautiful. I like the levels that I did in here. I have a what happened here? Oh, you're dying. As a matter of fact, Squamiferum. But the bottom leaves, it's possible for this to happen because there's no lighting really happening down here. So they're being canopied. My Adansonii aria is trying to figure it out in life as well. It's very covered. It's not really getting much light. It's like a peekaboo of light, but it's trying, pushing out a new leaf. So that's great. Over here on my shelving, I had a very beautiful, a neon pothos. And because it's in such a deep pot, it's taking a lot longer to dry out. And so I had been watering it. I found root rot. A lot of leaves were just withering and dying. Luckily, though, I was able to save a couple of cuttings. They are pretty much rooted, which is great. I thought I lost my plant. I saved it just in time to get some cuttings. I'm going to add these cuttings back in here, and I'm just going to lightly mist this over time, maybe once a week, so that way it can have time to dry out. But I think I need to move it into a terracotta pot. I am terrified, though. I buried one of my fish in here, and I don't want to see its body. I am terrified. I'm terrified to take this thing out of the planter. So these leaves need to go back in there. The trailing leaves are doing pretty good. My, what are you? Halo Micans. Okay. I didn't realize that I had it in such a, so in this planter, I have a planter that is short. So I had been bottom watering it and it took a little bit of a hit. Yeah, a little bit of a hit. But I think that she's going to recover. I should probably add a little bit more soil in the pot. Yeah, I should add a little bit more soil in the pot. So this is really the only one that's kind of struggling other than the neon pothos. Everybody else is doing okay. I do have this beautiful Scindapsus. I don't know which one this is, but the coloring is beautiful and I cannot wait to see this thing growing up. I'm thinking about putting this one on a moss mold, to be honest, because I don't know, I just think it's so pretty. My Monstera Delicioso. This is my first mama, but it's a cutting of the mom, so her baby. She's doing good. She's fenestrating. She's pushing out a small leaf. But I changed up my lighting to kind of point directly over here to see if things change up. My Anthuriums. These are the only two Anthuriums that I have in my collection in my room. Okay, this is a Anthurium luxurians. It finally pushed out a new leaf. I was praying for this one, no lie. So the leaves started kind of like crusting back, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's going into shock. But these are not like velvety leaves. This is a very like waxy, bumpy leaf. So I'm like, you know what? It doesn't need as much humidity. It's gonna figure it out. Well, it figured it out. It pushed out a new leaf, which is great. And then I have a veitchii in here, and same thing. Leaves are waxy, bumpy. Took a little bit of a hit. I have another one of my fishes buried in here that is my first baby ever. So I wanted to keep him with me forever. So he's in here, and we're finally getting a new leaf on this guy too. So very exciting. And then my fuzzy petio. Disgrace. So I was doing so good at one point with this plant, and then moving it in here took a little bit of a hit, adjusting to the parameters. I let it dry out, and then it ended up losing a couple of leaves, like this guy here. Then it went very leggy, started losing even more leaves. So I gotta chop him back, try again. I need to get like a self-watering planter for this guy. Look at how tall. Oh my gosh, I forgot that I just watered. I forgot. Dang it. So yeah, very leggy. We gotta chop it. Should we chop it together? Let's chop it together. Come on. All right, so I turned you a little bit so you can get a better view of what I am doing. See, it was doing so good. It was doing so good, and then I failed to keep it moist. This plant does not like to dry out in between waterings. I'm gonna chop it pretty low. Let me take it out of the little thing, just because I don't want to see that growth point coming in funny. All right, here we go. Timber. Look at how leggy. I'm so sorry. This new leaf was coming in so nicely too, and then a new leaf was gonna shoot. I just can't do it. I can't do it, and I'm not even gonna propagate it because I have nowhere to put plants. So we're not doing it. All right. Hopefully the new growth that comes in is going to be happy. It's going to love it, and it's going to not be as leggy. Okay. Okay. You good? Good. All right. Next one is my Philodendron gloriosum. This one was struggling for a long time, and it is still struggling. The new leaf, though, that came in, so pretty, so little. Another one that does not like to dry out in between waterings. So we try to keep this guy moist. And we do with what we can, okay? We do with what we can. Come on, give him some space. Thank you. All right, next is my string of hearts. I am so upset about this guy. So upset. I think I'm just gonna get rid of it. It shouldn't be in here. There is some new growth happening. I will give it that. But then again, there is a lot that is just dying back in here. Yeah, no, it's just not doing so hot. It's withering. Probably needs more water. I'm just gonna do a little trim here. Sorry that you have to miss out on this. Okay, let's try again. We're gonna cut it here. There is a little growth point here. I'm gonna see if I could shove it in the dirt and maybe something can come from that. But no guarantees, no guarantees. But the thing is, if you can't survive in here, you can't be in here. You got to get out. It's not my rules, but it is my rules. Okay. All right. So this string of heart needs a lot more sun, a lot more love. And it's hard. It's hard in here to do such a thing because of how limited I am on lighting, resources. We're just going to keep this guy in here and see what happens. All right. We're moving on. We're moving on. We don't have time. You figure it out. Okay. Let me just clean up this mess. All right, so we're moving on. So I recently added a new tank to my green room, 2 of them. You'll see the second one in a minute. So I added another one, currently housing my fourth beta. This tank was having a lot of issues, and so I had to create another one, and I have to figure out what I'll be doing with this tank very soon. But anyways, back to the plants. I have an Epiprenium albo here, not doing so hot. I have a variegated Monstera Peru, not doing so hot. I have a Monstera Burl Mark, not doing so good. I have an Epiprenium Marble, doing pretty good, but new growth, not doing good. Then I have I think this is a Plow Maui or a Brandy, Philodendron Brandy. I think this is a Brandy. Doing okay. The reason why they're struggling is because there's no lighting over here. I figured maybe with these 2 lights that maybe that they would do okay. No, they don't like it. They don't like it. They don't like it at all. I forgot to also tell you about my begonia tanks, but we'll save begonias for another video because that's a whole nother region. So yeah, these are doing okay. And then I have my trailing plants by my window. So now, of course, the plants by the window are doing very good. They're very happy. Oh, I have my Piper Crotum that needs more light. So now it's turning towards a window, which really sucks because I love this plant so much, but it's also been struggling in here, likes to be moist. My Philodendron Micans is okay. It needs more, it wants more light, but it's still growing pretty good. Then I have a Global Green Pothos. I have a Silver Hero Scindapsus. I have my string of turtles that are doing so good. I really should up the pot so that way the turtles can come in a little bit larger, but it's doing so good. I don't even want to bother it. Then I have a Halo Micans up here that is changing in leaf size and is pushing out a regular Mican leaf, which is odd to me. I have a Philodendron Brazil. Then I have a Hoya Crimson Queen that finally bloomed for me.
Do you see what I see? Holy shit. There's more.
I was amazed. This summer, it pushed out so many blooms. I couldn't even believe it. Super excited about that. I have an Alocasia poly that has some mealybugs on it. I took her a shower like a week ago, and it looks like she needs another shower. And it's pushing out a new leaf though. Very exciting. Very exciting. Okay, over on this side of my room is my third corner, right? And this is the newest tank that I was talking about. This is a 6-gallon bookshelf tank, and I'm absolutely obsessed. Currently housing zebra Daniels that I do not want anymore, and I don't know what to do with them. Thanks, Brittany. Anyways, my Philodendron Billy. I recently repositioned the light, hoping that it'll do something great because this one is also pushing out smaller leaves. Don't like it. Philodendron Ring of Fire, doing actually pretty good in here. Very surprised. I need to give it a better moss pull. Then I have my Pilea. This one was doing so good at one point. This one was doing so good at one point, and then now all of a sudden she's puny, she's sad, she's coming in small. I'm very upset, disappointed. I don't know if I should just chop her back and allow this to be the new growth. But at the same time, she was doing so good. She was doing so good. Pink Lady, not doing so good, small leaves. Sea Blue, booming. Scindapsus, Tricolor, I think so. Tricolor, doing so good. Philodendron Brazil, doing so good. That is not a Philodendron Brazil. That was a Philodendron Rio. This is a Brazil. Yes. Monstera laniata doing so good. I have it trailing to the other side of the room. Then I have a couple little random babies over here that are doing pretty good. My lipstick plant is doing pretty good. And then I have some cuttings over here. I have some cloches with some alocasias here. I have a begonia sarawak. Then I have some orchids. Yeah, okay. So top shelf. Let me bring you to the bottom. Welcome to the bottom shelf. This is where I house a lot of my alocasias, my watermelon pilea, my neon joy. Is it neon joy? Enjoy, my enjoy. Philodendron or pothos. I'm not sure which one. I forgot. This one's struggling a little bit, but trying to figure it out. I have a jewel orchid over here that is unaliven or something. I don't know what is going on over here. I gotta fix her. Tricolor something. Can't remember. Yeah, so that's this shelf. They're still trying to figure it out. The only one that's really doing so good is this Alocasia poly, and then my Alocasia Maharani. So good here. I actually just repotted this one because I broke the glass. Oh, silly me. Yeah. Okay. So then let me bring you to my last corner. My pride and joy is this corner over here. All right. Welcome to the last corner of my plant room. Over here, I have a fiddle fig leaf that is started at 3 feet tall and now it's well over 6 feet tall. It's incredible. I cannot believe transitioning him from the sunroom and to here that he's still alive. His name is Henry. He's so tall. He's thriving. His leaves are super dirty. I have to really get in there and wipe them down. He lost a couple of leaves. When he came in here, he had all his leaves. He's dropped like maybe 2 leaves in his whole life. But now he's looking more like a tree and he's not done growing. He's still going at it. And I love him. Look at me. Look at me. Look at him. Huge. Okay. Then I have my Monstera Tycon doing okay. She is a very slow grower. I can't. I literally can't. And then I have a very sad Monstera Alba. That is a cutting of my baby. But yeah, that's my collection. So yeah, that is a wrap for this video. I hope that you enjoyed my little tour. That was pretty quick, but I'm glad that I got this done. I've been saying for the longest that I've been wanting to do this with you, and now I finally did. So I hope that you enjoyed it. And if you did, don't forget to hit the like button and comment down below of any questions that you have, any comments that you have, or just say hello. So until then, I will see you in my next one. Bye.